Minister that many years ago said Singapore should be for the fashion instead of complaining.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and also students here. I'm very glad I can join this very important meeting. Unfortunately, I cannot join all the sessions. I learned very much from previous speakers because you know that Nusantara is the new capital city of Indonesia, and we just started actually the process of preparing the city development of this city. So, unlike the previous speaker about what Paris do, what I want to share with you is basically about our policy, a little bit data and facts, and also our plans to build the city to make it as more livable and also more connected with the nature. Okay. Should I use this one? Okay. Next, please. So this is information particularly for you that do not familiar yet with Indonesia. The previous one, the previous slide. Okay. Yes, it does not work. Yeah. Okay. So we decided to move the capital city in 2019 and formalized by the law in 2022, and then the law revised last year. But basically, the idea to move the capital from Jakarta to another place already started in 1960s. But you know the action already taken in the last 2 years. Right now, our capital city called Jakarta, located in the dense populated island called Java. There are a lot of problems with the current capital. Maybe some of you have read about one of report from media saying that Jakarta is one of the sinking city in the world. So there are a lot of environmental problems in the city. So we decided to restore the problem and to provide more livable place for the citizen by moving the city. But basically the other reasons besides the environmental reason is about the socioeconomic reasons, because you know that since colonial times the economic growth of Indonesia focus in Java Island, particularly in Jakarta. So now we want to make it more distributed to other places. So that's why the idea to remove the capital city could be one of the vehicle of this distribution. The new capital city located in the island called Kalimantan or Borneo. In the past, it was known as one of the richest tropical forests in the world, in the past. But right now, if I can say to you that most of the area that right now we built the city already degraded. Okay. If we talk about the primary forest, we only have is around 1% of the total area. The total area is 252,000 hectares. And around 1% that can be categorized as a primary forest. And then the remaining areas consist of the monoculture planted forest with the domination of trees are eucalyptus that is used for pulp and paper factory in another island called in Sumatra. So there is one big company produce the paper and then use the eucalyptus. And then before they convert the land was a forest, but there is some licenses for the logging, and then after logging, it used for the monoculture planted forest. That is number one. The second one, the area is used also for the palm oil. You know that a lot of places in Indonesia also use for the palm oil. And then for the mining, there are 1,000 hectares of the land used for mining legally or illegally. And then the other part is used for the agricultural land, because in this area, several decades ago, Indonesian government moved people from Java to this area. We call it as a transmigration program to make the population balance in Indonesia. So that is the existing situation, the existing what the so-called the forest in the new city. And the building of Nusantara actually want to change this situation, want to restore the ecosystem from the existing almost degraded or already degraded to more forested areas. So that's why we allocate 65% of the land as a protected area, where we want to convert the existing palm oil, etc., to be a forest again. It's a very ambitious, I know, because if you look at the Kunming global biodiversity framework, it's like 30%, but we allocated 65%. And then the 10% is for agricultural land. And then the policy of the agriculture is to implement the regenerative agriculture, not conventional agriculture. And we only use 25% of the total land to be built as a city with all the infrastructure. So that is the situation of Nusantara. With this policy, certainly that we have the dream to make the city as a clean, climate resilient, sustainable, etc. To make it, as we call it, as a smart forest city. So if Singapore use the term city in nature, yeah. So we call it our standard, so as a forest city. And also, of course, with the climate commitment, we want to make the city as a net zero emission city. Next. But we still have a little bit richer biodiversity. The recent study that carried on by our consultant showed that we have 3,000 species, flora and fauna, but around 440 species are under the red list of the IUCN. Why? Because you know that because of the previous story that I already talked, that most of the area already degraded, and then the habitat fragmented, etc. So we really want to protect the flora and fauna. So by making Nusantara as a forest city, we want to build again a new habitat for this species. Next. So that's why we have the biodiversity management action plan as our policy, to protect the environment. Next. But I want to say that yes, in the process of development there are several challenges, of course. And if you look at the map here, not very clear probably. So we divide the land into 3 zones. The first zone is called the core governmental area. This is the location where we focus on our development right now. And then outside the core area is the urban area, and then the other part is really the expansion development or the developed area. And for each zone, there are several conditions in terms of the disaster. For example, flood, forest fire, landslide, drought, etc. That's happening in every zone, so with different levels of the risk, mostly from the medium to high. So this is the challenge that we are facing right now. Next. So that's why one of the way that we want to dealing with, besides building of our city, we also have another policy that called is built as Nusantara as a spawn city. Why spawn city? Because first there are a lot of river shaped area. Around 20 river shaped area in the surrounding of Nusantara. So this one water is very important for us. And when talking about the nature-based solution here, I want to focus on the water management. And we just finished a study about the identifications of the project of the NBS for the water management. And the situations with the water management is that we really need to be wise in managing the water, because the main source of water mostly right now coming from the river. And then because of the, for example, the palm oil, the mining, etc., so many of the river already polluted. So that is the challenge right now. But back to the spawn city, like the previous speaker also talked about the NBS concept, the nature-based solution concept. So we want to, really use the nature scenario of the water flow. For example, we will develop the flood-resistant buildings by obliging all the parties that being this inhabitants of this new city to build the green roofs, for example, for the rainwater harvesting, and also until for the natural flood management by doing the rehabilitation of the riverside. Next. So these are some examples. This is still a plan because we are still starting. But at least from this picture, you know that we think about that. We think about the rainwater tank, the rain garden for the housing, and also for the green strip with the roadway bioretention. We also want to preserve the fresh water, and then of course the green roofs program is also part of this policy. Next. So I think I do not need to explain this because many of you understand why should we use the nature-based solution. So please skip this one. I just want to come to the next slide, please. So we have identified the problems. And then we are very open to the collaboration, to the support from all the parties in the world to help us in designing and also implementing this policy. We have problem with the technical skills, financial, of course, and then we really want to understand about the strategy of the stakeholder engagement. So I really focus on your presentations before about the way you encourage the engagement of the community, and also the problems of the maintenance. We need to think about this. Next. And we identify as projects of the NBS in water management by using these 12 criteria. For example, about the inclusion, the community inclusion, the environmental impact, the risk and uncertainty, etc. Next. And then these are the projects that already identified in terms of implementing the NBS in water management. For example, we built 18 detention ponds within the city. Now, under the process of constructions, we will build a lot of parks with the different size within the city. We also do forest rehabilitation for areas that called as a urban forest, whether it's located within and also in the surrounding of the city. I think I need to stop here to make some time for discussion. Thank you.